it might require some special ban work here by Millenium. Syndra still removed. Zillion still removed. A lot of these guys not changing half their bans.
Yeah, and we have Optimus Tom here doing some stats for us, so pretty sure that Poppy game was absolute hell on him.
Yeah, didn't expect that one out. Millenium still, I found this very odd. They are tunneling so hard on the value of Kha'Zix here. They're going to ban that one away to make sure it doesn't go to Unicorns of Love. Yep, they'll first pick the Lucian. No surprise there. Then Creatin finally gets his Lucian back. I think that's been a big deal.
It was a really big deal for Vardags, but that means that you're going to be able to pick the Jarvan once again, the Unicorns of Love, because they weren't putting that prioritization on the Kha'Zix and Millenium Bandit for themselves to first pick the Lucian. Yeah,
I'm intrigued by that. I suppose Gilius might just have this legendarily good Kha'Zix that requires all this effort. But look at this. I like the Aurelia grab. It blocks the Poppy pick because Aurelia will win the 1v1. The true damage cuts through the passive. And Lee Sin now for Cotton X.
Well, definitely blocks it because he already picked the Maokai for the top.
Oh, sure.
As a Chachi.
Right. I mean, that
just to get that pick for himself.
All right, so Aurelios Maokai top lane. Either way, Thresh, Corki, great bot lane. Twisted Fate now in for Kerp, and J-Re gets his Blitzcrank.
So first off, I love the Corki pick here for Vardags. We were talking between the games that Tristana, he kept playing that over and over again. It's just not working out for him. You need him on that, not hyper carry, but the lane blitz. That's more his style. He loves the Lucian. Take the Lucian away, that's fine. Just play Corki. Don't try to match that aggression with a hyper carry, because Creatine will push that and get about 100 CS advantage over you. Here's the big thing too, is Kerp, he's kind of on a roaming game changer. Like, he's been trying to do that all series long. He's like, I'm gonna play Fizz, try to influence the lanes. Try to play Talon, influence the lanes. Twisted Fate has a much easier time doing that, and that's built into his kit a lot more.
But here's the difficulty. He's up against one of the best mid-lane bullies here. Power of Evil has locked in Cassiopeia. Now, this is 4.14. This is not rework 4.16 Cassiopeia. This is, your Q is crazy, your poke is really good. Your Twin Fang's still very strong, of course. But this is old Cassiopeia.
Yeah, he's played it once before in the Challenger Series. I believe it didn't work out for him in that game. But now they're going to have a lot of AoE Wombo combo. You're going to have the Jarvan diving in, the Cassiopeia ultimate on top of it, and then you're also going to be able to have the Maokai, keeping people locked up in there. And if all of your allies are around, you're still going to be doing a lot of damage as well with the slicing. Sorry, the Maelstrom. There you go.
Yep. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very mid-game focused team here for Unicorns, which I think makes a whole bunch of sense. We'll see if they can handle all this and the pressure from Twisted Fate. Now that the teams are all tied up, who do you guys think is going to win the LCS spot? Tweet hashtag MILWin or hashtag UOLWin to @LOL on Twitter, and we'll check the results during the game.
Yeah, looking at these two team compositions, UOL once again get a team-fighting team for themselves, and then MIL, Millenium, they go once again with the pick comp. But here's the thing. They have the Blitzcrank on J-Re.
Yeah.
He says, if I'm going to play this final game, this 5th game for my career,
right?
You're sure as hell I'm going to do it on Blitzcrank.
And that's the cool thing, right, is now both times when the team's back's against the wall, it says, okay, we just lost the last 2 games straight, they pull out something sweet. Because the Chachi pulled out the Poppy, and his counter ganks were great. J-Re says, all right, guys, it's time for Piltover Customs Blitzcrank. Let's go.
J-Re, favorite champion is Blitzcrank. Even when you ask him about any other support, he's like, Blitzcrank is super good.
Yep.
Like, it's not even the topic of conversation. It's how good is Janna? Blitzcrank is better.
At least that one's a counter pick.
Yeah. This one, though, he's going to go try to match Hylissang and Hook City. These are both the support's favorite champions. And it's going to give Millenium a great start if they can get the momentum in their favor off of an invade.
The mayor of Hook City is up for grabs this game.
And a spot in the LCS.
Yes, it is.
Who will take it?
No one laughed at that one.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't even close to funny.
Wow.
You're just setting the stage.
It is. But it's also a pun. It's what makes it so good.
How is that a pun?
Up for grabs?
Oh. See?
Did you just get it now?
That was just over everybody's heads. That was too cerebral, Freak. You got to dumb it down for me.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, there is a trinket ward in the river that reveals things around it so that Millenium can see people move in that area of the map.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Now I know what trinket wards do for my solo queue games. Be bronze 4 in no time.
Okay, Millenium, very defensive in their level 1. No antics with the Blitzcrank, actually. They could have snagged a buff, hopped it over the wall. Not going to happen. Instead, Millenium, their antics are going to be in the bottom lane here. You're seeing J-Re and Creatine actually slink into the brush. They get some very early damage in that 2-on-2. Safe starts, otherwise top side starts for both junglers.
Bottom lanes have a lot of gank assistance off of the support landing a skill shot. So if they can go from their top buff to their bottom buff to that lane, it's going to be really big. And look at that, just 1 Q. Kerp, where's your HP?
And interestingly, he actually didn't start boots on Twisted Fate. We often see that from TFs, especially if you're against a very skill shot reliant lane, like against Syndra, for example. It's going to be a little bit harder for him to dodge away from Power of Evil. So far, though, doing a good job of it.
Yep. At the same time, though, he's throwing out the wild cards, and those are going to push the wave towards Power of Evil just slightly.
And he's level 2 first, so there's the Twin Fang leveled up. Kerp pushed pretty far back, but he's holding on. 1 potion down, got 1 left. Bot lane, level 2 first for Bardock and Hylissang. J-Re has it too, though. Hook's gonna miss. Nice dodge by J-Re. Hooks him in. Nicely done. Hylissang, 200 health, plays back out of Creaton, but so low right now.
He's got a lot of potions, so he's gonna be okay in staying in the lane. At the same time, though, Gilius already completed his jungle route. Looking for a wraparound here.
Can he contest the Lee Sin also, though? Ah, he's going to do this right in front of his face. Oh, the Trinket Ward's going to keep him safe. Smite is down, though. Cotton X the same. And he goes towards double golems. Ooh, wow. That could have been a lot of damage out with Gilius there.
He's going to leave that last one for him there. Right under his nose.
Wow. Cotton X predicted the Trinket Ward, but not the counter jungle. He bypassed that ward in Wraith Brush. They don't know that Cotton X is top side right now.
They're actually going to meet each other. Gilius.
I don't know if you saw him.
No, I don't think so. They're stalking each other, though. They don't know it.
Wow.
Vizichachi. Ooh. Going for the top lane gank onto Vizichachi.
And he assumes he's safe. Based on vision, I think he can assume he's safe. He actually spent his Trinket Ward in the brush on the top of the lane. Oh, that hook on a Bardock. Good jump back. He's going to stay safe, but still takes damage from J-Re.
Has his potion. Hook on the Creaton.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Creaton now 300 health. He jumps back. J-Re gonna zone back Bardock. Good damage there. No potion of the AD carries. Slightly higher health for the Unicorns of Love bot lane, though.
The tension is so high. If somebody ends up getting a duo kill in this lane without any jungle assistance, you know that these players, there's so much at stake. It just gets to you. It can tilt very easily.
One thing that has tilted, though, is this mid lane matchup. The Cassiopeia Bully, 33 to 15 CS. Kerp gets part of an Athene's, a Fairy Charm, and an extra Doran's Ring. That's all he can afford right now versus a full Chalice here for Cassio. She's going to be very good at bullying.
You usually don't hear that. A full Chalice. Oh my lord, a full Chalice.
Wow.
So much gold.
880.
Such gold. Gilius is in this bot lane. He doesn't have his red buff anymore. But here's the thing, he can go in on this.
Oh my, he's like in range right now. Creaton could just get knocked in the air, take some damage. J-Re does not want to fight though. This is too aggressive by UOL, they give it away.
Yeah, Hylissang was looking for, no, I don't think so, because they've been playing like this all game.
That's true.
I don't think it's giving it away.
But look how far back he's playing now.
They want to Trinket Ward it, but nope.
He spots himself out.
Oh,
the counter kick in the top lane though. Vizichachi level 5 though, and a giant minion wave says no thank you. Kevin gets nothing done for that.
Vizichachi applying pressure. They know exactly where that jungler is. So that gives Gilius the opportunity to pick his next fight.
Problem is they know he's bottom side, and so you can see how safe Kerp is playing, hugging the left side. The fan vote, hashtag Poppy, Unicorns of Love, doing good. Nice try on the prediction there, Hylissang. Again, outguessed by J-Re. Gilius with another steal on the big raid. He's level 4. Kerp doesn't quite see him.
Kerp doesn't see him yet. Kerp placed his Trinket Ward over that wall. Nope, he's not going to get anything for it. So Gilius heading down bottom. He does know that there is a ward here. They pinged it out.
Gonna walk by it anyway. He's got to force this. Where's the lantern? Where's the jump in? The flash play! They cut up to J-Re. Now can they predict the flash away? Where's the hook? Oh, they get him! No summons for J-Re. This could be first blood. Ignited Hylissang. They don't trade back in time. First blood goes to UOL Gilius.
They had the information that Cotton X was top. Gilius said it's go time bottom. They blow the flashes, and it's a great play there. Even the heal and exhaust were used.
So only Creaton's flash is up, every other summoner lost, and still first blood goes over to UOL. Mid lane still being bullied 54-40 in CS here. He's going to start farming out the Wraith camp.
Only flashes in that bot lane left for AD carries. Everything else was blown on that gank. And UOL, every time we've seen them get an early game lead, every time we've seen them get the first lead of the game, they have closed the game out off of that. They get these tiny advantages, they know what to do with them, and then they get the objectives off of it and good team fighting prowess.
So we'll see when they go for the first one. I actually also want to see what kind of build Power goes for. I know we saw it before, and I think it was like Athene's like high AP. But one thing I have seen from a couple of mid laners is you do Spectral Wraith, Cassio, and then you just destroy the crap out of Baron. I don't think we're going to see it, but we were talking about pop builds earlier.
Ooh, Fizzachachi wrapping around here. Kerp, it's time for his blue buff, and they're going to go
the
for him!
Flash ulti, and Kerp is rooted in place. He is so incredibly dead. Fizzachachi with a nice roam.
The roam from Fizzachachi that also frees them up to do the dragon. At the same time, Cotnex, he's getting the blue right now.
Oh my gosh, wrong side of the map for everybody. This is going to be, I believe, an uncontested dragon now. Cotnex close to 6, but nowhere near the right side of the map. Pink ward there to make sure there's no wards. Unicorns of Love up 2 kills, up 1,000 gold, and now up a dragon to make it more like 2,000 gold.
Power of Evil's the guy who was solo killing Alex Each in lane. At a, I believe it was at a LAN too.
Uh-oh, Hylissang caught up. Perfect combo so far. 100 health left, shields himself, but he's gonna be going down. Creative burns his flash for it. Vardox chases him with Valkyrie. There's Destiny though. Suddenly a Twisted Fate shows up. Vardox gonna die. Kevin shows up as well. Maybe some overkill, but still a good kill back.
A TP from Kevin. He does end up getting the kill on it, and the Destiny Gate from Kerp. He hit level 6 and he wasn't able to do anything with it right away because of the gank down bottom, and then he got ganked himself. So this is the first time we're seeing that spell come out from him, and it is successful in securing a kill.
Well, it brings the gold back about 1/4, 1,500 instead of 2K. And Kerp getting a little bit of time to farm by himself in his mid lane. Maybe he can stack on up. It is going to be Athene's first so far for Power of Evil.
He also has a blue buff on himself, whereas Kerp's was picked up by Cotnex just to catch up in levels.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Kerp was
died when it respawned
right before. Exactly.
So the Power of Evil wave 2 is going to get a little bit better now. He's got a second point in his Noxious Blast, that Q. He is maxing Twin Fang first. That is the best duelist ability you can buy. And he's going to start chain farming the Wraiths here for a bunch of money. Fizzachachi not getting a lot of pressure in the top lane. Kevin is farming in this lane.
Cotnex is sitting right off on the wings there. He was hoping that Fizzachachi would stick around, but he didn't. So no play coming off of that from Millenium. And this is the thing. Cotnex, 0-0-0 across the board in this jungler that has been required to make early game moves. And Hylissang, he's going for one himself. He gets
And
J-Ree.
he finally guesses J-Ree's movement, but not going to go for the jump on in.
And Gilius at the same time going for some invades here. He likes to place these wards down very deep so that he can get the knowledge of what Cotnex is doing, and that's going to allow him to make educated decisions. Look at that, they know where Cotnex is now.
In towards the top lane, Fizzachachi pops the ulti. Now how far away can he get? Kicked into the wall, down to 800 health, and the battle still rages on. Cues them back, but still taking even more damage. That is the kill for Kevin. Nicely ganked by Cotnex.
But that means that they're going to get a hook on Creatine down bottom.
There's the box, and Creatine has no way out. His flash is down. Hylissang just taking the damage. There is one. J-Ree's flash is still down. Can he hook someone into turret range? Looks like not just yet. Mid lane turret goes down. Top lane turret answered for it.
They saw, J-Ree.
Risky, but they're going to go for it. Vardox pulled aggro, and so Hylissang is safe. Beautiful by the UOL bot lane.
This bot lane is just outplaying one of the most scary bot lanes in the European LCS at the time. But look at this, they're going to force it on Kerp.
EQ. Kerp has flash. He gets ulted, though. He might have to burn that, and he will.
This forcefulness from Gilius is something that they've been looking for, and the fact that Jarvan has gone unbanned in these last couple of games is showing that he can apply this early game pressure that he wasn't able to before.
It's working so far. Unicorns of Love now 2.4 thousand gold up. The reverse sweep might just happen. Millenium started at 2-0. Unicorns of Love found it within themselves to start coming back here, and they are winning in the decisive Game 5.
We've yet to see them throw a lead.
Yep.
On the Unicorns of Love side. That may spell disaster for Millenium. Looking at this right now, the fact that Creatine is down in CS, Vardags is up 3-1-1. They're both lane bullies. They're both trying to accomplish the same thing and scale alongside each other. But Vardags is just ahead of the curve now. Oh, and at the same time, just the CS in the mid too.
Yep.
Being up 30 CS. Yeah, 30 CS for Power of Evil.
Now, some of that is Wraiths, to be fair, but it is still a gold lead all the same. Actually, wow. Kerp not getting any MR. He's not worried about the 1v1s. He just rushes the Morellonomicon to get the cooldown reduction and the ability power in quicker and try to push his build forward. We'll see if that pays off for him. He's going to lack 25 magic resist from the Athenes and some mana regen.
Here's the thing. Unicorns of Love, as soon as they get a gold advantage and turn it into item spikes, like, even if it's just the sheen on Vardag.
Hold on. Vizichachi, though, pulled in. Lantern's right back out. He's going to be safe. And a good gold card. Actually, maybe some risk for Cassio. Actually flashes over. This could be an engage, and the TP comes in. It's going to be a 5-on-5. No teleport for Kerp. The flash hook! All right. Couple flashes burning at all sides.
Like I was saying, Millenium, as soon as they get item spikes, they push it. Rod of Ages completed it for Vizichachi. They also have parts of the Trinity Force for Vardag minus the Zeal.
The weird thing about a Rod of Ages item spike is it's not even all that good on completion because you got to wait the 10 minutes anyway.
But compared to what Kevin has.
Oh, no, I'm not even disagreeing with you. It's just like, you know what's weird though? It's not even that great of an item spike.
It gets better. Stand around for a minute and he's a little more powerful than he was a second ago. Doesn't even have to back for it.
Great. All right, so there we go. Blue buff, first one of the game goes to Kerp. He's got plenty of CDR now. He should have at least one ulti left in him with low CD.
Speaking of backing for it, we just saw Vardag's back and he got himself the Trinity Force. 30 seconds on Dragon.
Perfect for Unicorns of Love then. They've got Sword Shoes as well for Power of Evil. He can blow squishies up.
Pink wards across the board for this team. They are ready to take these objectives. That's what they do. They will buy lots of pink wards for these dragons. They will establish dominance of it and take it for themselves. And they're like, yeah, that's a boost to gold. Regardless of if we spend 300 gold, 400 gold on this objective, we're still going to get more out of it because they know the cost of dragon at all stages of the game.
Worth more. The only guy who couldn't buy a pink ward was Vardogs, who was better suited finishing Triforce. Super worth it. I agree with that decision. Unicorns of Love, definitely in a good spot.
They're going to force it.
And they force on the Kerp. Yes, he has no flash. He has no ulti. He's got nowhere to go. But Jay Reeve finds Hillsong, and that is a kill for Kevin. The ulti disengaged, but they have picked up Kerp. But here is Creatin. This is risky for Power of Evil, who's already burned his ulti. There's the kick. Gets 3. Gilly is forced to run. Caught next, though, blows up. It is a 2-for-1 so far for Unicorns. The Power Spike Corky goes in, finds Kevin. Out the team goes.
At the same time, UOL, they have these members of the team still up, and they can rush down this dragon. No smite chance from Millenium, but you have to watch out for the hook from Blitzcrank. There's always that potential threat.
Honestly, Unicorns of Love, they could go.
Oh, they're going to go.
Oh, it's got to be risky though.
He got in the team.
Kerp can show up though. Vizichachi in the team. Ulti not up, but they get the kill on Jay Reeve. There's the Kerp ult. It's 1Q.
Doesn't have the range for the auto attack. Big part of that, the flash backwards, is what pulled Vizichachi all the way into the team, and he locked up Kevin.
Early smite by Gilius not going to matter though. Red team picks up Dragon, and we have a 4.5 to 5,000 gold lead now for Unicorns of Love in this game 5. Hillsong looking again for a play. Might find it on Kevin. Lands the hook. There's the Q. Twin Fang is on, but Cotnex in the mix. This is a bit of a risk. 1 kill, 2 kills for Cotnex.
The bloodthirstiness there from the Unicorns of Love did not pay off at all, and Kevin gets away with a sliver of HP, and they're going to get this turret.
Wow, dangerous game that Unicorns of Love is playing because Kevin survives the all-in. 2 kills and a turret go back in, and Millenium, 3,000 gold now.
Vizichachi answers with the turret down bottom, the correct move for him in that situation. Millenium are going to have to back off of this, but it's still about a 3,500 gold lead for the Unicorns of Love.
And there's also a long road ahead for Creatin. Right now, he's on Brutalizer Pickaxe. He's got enough for a BF Sword, but he's still trying to claw up against a finished Trinity Force Corky who's going to be able to start his next big item.
And here's the thing, too, is that even though Creatin's behind, we do have Kevin, who has his Trinity Force. He's scaling up, and Cotnex has been doing pretty well for himself. But that's the thing. This Maokai, where the gold is allocated on Unicorns of Love, is better than if you have it on that jungler early on. You really want them on people who have the potential to carry. You know, you can carry with the Lee Sin. You know, it does happen. But in competitive play like this, he's just looking for the kickback. Cotnex is looking for that early damage, and he'll eventually just spike off. They're going for a play here, though.
Can they get it? Kerp not going to get that hook. He flashes anyway. Wow, he was afraid of Vizichachi there. Loses the summoner spell.
Gilius shows up at the same time. Hex Drinker immediately after his Elder Lizard instead of getting boots. And another thing, too, speaking, if we're on the topic of items, Vizichachi, he's on his way to the Frozen Heart, which is going to hurt Kevin. It's going to hurt Creatine even more.
Yeah. It even hurts Kerp a little bit. There's actually a fair bit of persistent damage from auto attacks thanks to stacked deck. We'll see if that comes into play much for Kerp anyway, though. Also strange that he even went for Hex Drinker, though, when only one person even deals magic damage in Kerp here. J-Re goes for the hook, does not get it. Out goes the team. Top lane outer, though, under siege. Unicorns still hold a bit of a lead here.
It's so frustrating. It must be so frustrating to play against Hylissang's Thresh. His lanterns, his hooks, his flays, his boxes are all really good, and he knows when to position himself for a lantern. A lot of Threshes have trouble being like, when do I go aggressive and when do I become passive and save my team with a lantern? So you can't always be in the front line.
Yeah, but here's the one thing that Millenium has done right this game. Kerp has such good wave clear now in Twisted Fate. It is so hard for sieges to work for Unicorns.
Unicorns are going to have a bigger minion wave in that bot lane, which will eventually stack up. Right now, they're just sieging this top. Kerp can clear. Vardags can poke, and Power of Evil can make a little bit of a zoning area. But yeah, they're not going to get to this turret. They're sieging. Their anti-siege is better now.
Yep.
Than the Millenium.
Not much really gained here. Unicorns of Love.
And you can't
I'm
walk.
not sure what they're buying time for.
You can't really walk too far forward either, because J-Re's just going to hook you.
Yep. 2-up respawns. Kerp gets that cleanly. Minion wave's still not there, so he gets here right in time. And even though you think, oh, maybe he can run out of mana, Blue Buff says no. He's going to be able to wildcard forever. Hook not going to mean much.
They're waiting on these minion waves. They have a minion wave pushing mid, minion wave pushing bottom.
And they go all in for the turret. Anyway, this time takes some damage. There in goes Cotton next, but he blows up right away. Gilius retreats back safely 1 for 0.
He couldn't get the kickback. The Twisted Advance made Vizichachi invulnerable, and Cottonex just stood there. Couldn't even get his ultimate off or his flash.
Wow. Misplay then by Cottonex, and this might be finally a turret for Unicorns. Minion wave's going to crash into the turret soon. Looks like no one there to defend it.
Every wave has minions crashing against it. Every lane.
Millenium going to lose a lot of health in their mid and bottom lanes now. Cotton will not get to bottom in time to get much of the farm here. He'll get some of it, I think. Mid has already succumbed.
They have to concede this top turret. Very hard to defend it. They would have to get a hook in.
So, Millenium are going to send Kevin bot lane. He has teleport up. Recall comes in. J-Re gets found. That's not good. He goes down. Another kill for Unicorns. Now they have a 5v3 on this side of the map. Do they force the teleport? The flash hook not going to land. Kerp ghosts away. And there's the outer turret picked up for Unicorns. 5,000 gold up.
And immediately they back off after securing that objective. There's a minute on Dragon. Back, get your items, go back to where your pink wards are. But look at this Gilius. He's going to get interrupted.
They're still trying, but the thing is, Millenium are outnumbered here.
UOL want to back. They want to make it in time for that dragon and protect their wards. Kevin, he's just going to push this bottom lane out, and I'm pretty sure Unicorns of Love would be okay with giving that little bit of a turret gold up.
Vizichachi won't TP for it, even though he'd be on the correct side of the map for Dragon. Not the case. Not something he cares about. Now Kev's going to run down the mid lane. Kevin does get bottom turret here.
And here comes the item spikes. Look at that. The Hex Tech Revolver for Power of Evil. The Spell Vamp on the Cassiopeia.
Yep. There's also about 1,500 gold right now on Corki, so he can grab VF Sword if he wants. Or the rest of Cutlass. We're going to see Unicorns definitely in position for Dragon, though they spent so long top lane, all the wards have died, and Millenium are first to get a bit of ward control down here.
This dragon is going to be worth a lot of gold at this point in the game between these two teams. It could be Millenium getting back in. It could be Unicorns of Love just extending their lead to a point where they are very comfortable with capitalizing on top of that lead and forcing it even harder.
J-Re on the wings. Cotnex wants it, doesn't get it. Hook Vardogs has to flash away. Cotton kicks the back though. Out goes Vardogs one more time, but that's the shutdown kill. Nicely done. The fight continues anyway. Gilius trades back in the jungler. Kevin is going to go down. Power of Evil putting up so much damage. It's a 4-for-1, and Kerp gets caught. Make that an ace for one.
It's a 5-for-1 plus Dragon, 7,000 gold lead for Unicorns of Love.
Gilius, unfortunately for them, 2 injured to go for Baron, but you know what? Turrets are fine too. 3 casters, all they need. It's going to be a turret picked up.
Tries to go for it. Gilius comes up big with the smite there. Cotton even used his own. Vardags flashes over, kicked back. Valkyrie over, eventually killed. Back and forth. He just got ping-pong balled around. They left him in the pit. Gilius ends up killing him, and the fight just trails off. And it was just split into these little skirmishes, which Unicorns of Love are actually better at because they have the CC on one side, and they split it up. Vizichachi's like, I'm going to root this guy, and you guys can kill him. And then on the other side, it's like, I'm going to hook this guy from Hylissang, and that's going to kill him.
And the crazy thing is the high damage Jarvan actually just destroyed poor Created there. He and Vizichachi just mauled 3 people by themselves, basically. That was like the Q flash from Vizichachi.
The gap
sure he got the kill.
Just the gap closers and dive from the initiators of Unicorns of Love. Millennium, they don't have a lot of escapes here. The team is highly immobile. You just have the AD carry and the jungler. Really doesn't have a lot of options of getting out. And Twisted Fate definitely doesn't.
That's been a problem for Millennium so far. Kerp is actually itemizing still for damage. You got the Ether Wisp, but Vizichachi hooked into the turret.
Got Kevin.
They got Kevin. You are right, and down he goes. There's just so much damage for the mid-game Corki. They're blowing up everybody.
Turned that one right around. It's a 4-on-5 at this turret, and it's an 8k gold advantage for Unicorns of Love. They just snowball it off of early game leads. These guys know their item spikes better than any challenger team I've ever seen.
And they're doing such a good job of it. Unicorns of Love, as long as they get that early game the way they want it, they just seem so unstoppable here. Millennium unable to cope with the team fights and the objective control. Power people got to be careful. Go back out.
God, just thinking about where Unicorns of Love were a while ago. They were a team that got 0-2'd by Ninjas in Pajamas twice. They are the team that got knocked out in the round of 8 both times in the Summer Challenger Series. They made it to playoffs off of those points alone. And then they made some changes, got Power of Evil back on the roster, Sheepy moved to coach, picked up Gilius instead of Dance. Gilius was almost back off the team, and they said we're going to play with Dance. They made the decision to put Gilius back in and keep him in, and it is coming up huge. His performance in games 1 and 2, very questionable, but when he's on that Jarvan, you cannot question how good of a player he is at keeping his team alive, getting them the objectives, and setting up his lanes for success. I think the Unicorns of Love, once they're at this 8.5k gold mark, they just start picking you apart. They have basically a flow chart for what they're going to do next.
You and your flow charts.
I love flow charts. Basically, Freak has a flow chart too. Is this pun good? Tell it. Is this pun bad? Tell it.
True.
It's the same thing.
I think that's really a flow chart though.
Oh.
All right, Unicorns of Love don't quite find the pick, nor does Jay Ree. His hook's not quite landing. 0-5-4 on Blitz. The comfort pick not working for him. So here we go. Unicorns up 9 kills here. And almost 9,000 gold as well. They're pinging on Baron. There's still some wards. Wow. That pink ward doesn't see that one, but Hylissang will with the Oracles. And here comes the Baron attempt. Power People does have blue buff, so his mana pool is going to be fine for this Baron. It's going down so fast. Half health already, but here comes Millennium. This is the comeback. Can they make it happen? Cotnex forced a little bit around. Can he get the steal? Wards are gone. It's dark. They're going to disengage. They find Kevin. Kevin's going to go down. Now can Millennium re-engage? Kerp flashes and goes the way. He will stay safe. And UOL goes back in. Baron still at half health. They've got mana. They've got health themselves. Gilius
looking for picks.
Re-engages Olsen. They find Jay, but Gilius about to die. Has to take shields and get out. And he will. Hook. Doesn't catch Cot.
Power is going on Creatine.
Doing some good damage. In comes Vardogs. Nice hook in from Jayri, but it's not enough. 2 kills go in. Power will die, but you know what? So will Kerp. That is 4 for 1.
And that's going to be Unicorns of Love just abandoning the Baron, and they're going to go straight down this mid lane, possibly get themselves an inhibitor turret, maybe an inhibitor.
Well, we'll see. Gilius is injured, making it almost a 3v2. Cotnex and Kevin are alive right now. In they go for the inhibitor turret. Taking damage now. There's the flag for some attack speed. You see Gilius playing safe, letting Vardogs deal the damage, along with Hylissang. Down it goes. Creed's back alive. Out they go. This could be a stun. It is. Hylissang in a bad spot here. Half health. They Valkyrie away. The box is on. The TP comes in. They want this fight. Kevin about to be locked up. He dodges the knockup. Goes in for Hylissang, but he stays alive. And no, not gonna get the kill. Out goes Creed and out goes everyone. Cotnex locked up, but Vizichachi losing a lot of health, but it's still enough so far. Hook not gonna land. Only kill some minions. Another 2 for 0. He's trying. The culling is there. The lantern, though. Hylissang with no health makes it happen. Kerp can't land the chase. Out go the Unicorn.
These team fights are just utter brilliance from Unicorns of Love. The shot calling of this team is fantastic, especially when they're ahead. When they're behind, it's still extremely sound. Unicorns of Love, they may have to give up a dragon here, though, because they overstayed. They got themselves a turret, though. That middle inhibitor turret worth a little bit more.
Well, wards see him. Here he gets the ward down. Power Heal still trying to zone out with Miasma. Alright. Now Gilius is still incredibly injured, though he hasn't backed yet. And that means Millenium does have a bit of map control back for themselves. They're down 12k. That'll go down to about 10 with this dragon kill.
Millenium. They picked this team. They picked Unicorns of Love, thinking that they could beat them. The 6th-seeded team, they got their choice. They picked the 3rd-place team. Unicorns of Love showing that they have these strengths that are Millennium's biggest weakness. You have the vision game. Millennium had terrible vision in playoffs. That's why they're here. Unicorns of Love able to overcome the individual skill of the mid laner, the AD carry, and Millennium. Their boons, their big strengths. It's just amazing to watch this unfold for Unicorns of the 3rd-place team.
And they're on the brink of qualifying now for the LCS. Players you would not have heard of 6 months ago.
Power of Evil. I believe he was trying out. Whoa!
Nice.
Extendo arm.
Yep. Look at this, the 2-man Baron. Not even using the jungler. They don't need it. Power of Evil Vizichachi.
Yeah, just spamming it. Oh, Kerp's gonna try.
Oh no.
They don't have a smite.
Oh, this is a big risk. Oh my god, Kerp got it! Bad smite. And Gilius gives away Baron to Millenium.
And Power of Evil just face-palmed right there. Kerp getting the ghost and walking straight out. Now, gives them some temporary combat stats. It's gonna put them about 4.6k, so it's only about a 6k difference if they just full-on fight each other, minus like activatables and things along those lines. So right now, Unicorns of Love, they're still in a good spot to push this, but man, that's exactly what Millenium needed.
Could this be the comeback then? There's no turret for this inhibitor that will be going down. J-Ree gets ripped apart, and down he goes. 1 for 0, caught next to the back lines. Power of Evil still alive. Hylissang will drop for this. Vizichachi in the front though, 2 for 1 so far. This is Kevin trying to rip it apart, can't do it. Gilius takes him down, and only Kerp is alive.
They have the damage to take these turrets. Unicorns of Love might be in the LCS.
30-minute wins, the name of the game for this team. Next is turret number 1 going to fall. Kerp trying to keep his team alive. He stole Baron. He's dealing damage. Vardogs can't quite reach him. The burn is not enough, and actually the turret doing so much, but there is the ace. There's the Nexus. Unicorns of Love. Welcome to the LCS, but J-Ree says no. He's trying to stop them. Can he do it? The Cassiopeia cutting him back.
He gets it.
Connex is alive. Is it enough? He's trying. He kicks him. The Q missed him. Power of Evil. Oh my god. They got it. Welcome, Unicorns of Love, to the LCS.
The 3rd-place team. Millennium chose these guys, had the side that they could pick. 2-0 first 2 games. Comeback, clean sweep on the return. Comfort pick after comfort pick played to their style, and they're in the LCS.
How many times are we going to see 2-0 into 2-3?
It's the curse.
It apparently is. Unicorns of Love, the best team name in all of Challenger, is now one of the top 2 best team names in all of LCS. I don't know if they can rival Super Hot Crew, but we are going to see Super Hot Crew versus Unicorns of Love next year. That's going to be great.
This team made a bunch of roster swaps back and forth. Power of Evil was on Summer Series 1, off Summer Series 2 for a Nikki. They bring him back in playoffs. He shows up huge. They take out the team, NIP, that 0-2'd them twice. They'll get that 3rd place spot here today. Take out Millenium after going 0-2.
They can barely believe it. I mean, both Millenium and Unicorns of Love there. There's still gigantic smiles on their faces. They're not ready to give this moment up. I mean, what a well-deserved victory, though.
There's their former jungler, Sheepy. Coach. The prep talk. The pep talk. They don't even need one right now. Just good job. Bowl of whipped creams all around.
Oh, man. What a good team, too. I want to see...
His heart's going crazy right now.
I mean, it's got to be... Think about this, right? Just down 0-2, close games. Like, we know we can do this. Game 3, okay, you went off a good counter gank. Game 4, okay, that's looking really good. Game 5, all right, guys, we're winning. We're winning. The Baron sneak, oh my god, I got stolen. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? Push mid, YOLO, let's do this.
That
fight, they were all on top. I couldn't tell who was killing whom.
Yeah.
And it comes out, and it's like, okay, no, we did win the fight. It's a 4v1 now. But they're so low, they're like backdooring turrets, and Kerp kills 2 of them.
Yep. J-Ree jumps forward.
Their whole team was dead when the Nexus blew up.
Ultimate kills, I think, 1 person, almost gets the other. Then he gets killed. He gets sold by Power of Evil.
Yep.
And then Cotton came up, tried to make the hero play.
He missed the Q.
And I actually learned something today from watching Vizichachi. Aside that Poppy is the best champion in the game, is that you can arcane smash flash.
Yeah. Actually, every skill in the game, unless it's coded to not allow you to, you can queue up the
So
flash.
he like hit his Q and then he flashed and he hit 3 people with the knockup. It was awesome.
It's been pretty great. So these guys, Unicorns of Love, a hard-fought season through Challenger. Enough points to squeak into the playoffs. Taking out a few favorites along the way there. Man, they had the hardest road.
Yes.
The hardest road. NIP like 3 times was in front of them. Then Millenium. And they made it.
Yeah, apparently they were winning in scrims, giving Copenhagen Wolves a really hard time. Roulite and Youngbuck both called it. This was the team that was going to make it in.
Yeah.
It was really surprising.